Chapter 34. Stunned, I glance up as a shadow falls over us. My jaw drops. Doc? He's sweating and breathing like air is in short supply. Behind the cracked lenses of his glasses, his wild eyes jump from me to Sadie, to Travis, then back to me. Hey, he says. Sadie and I scramble to our feet and grab him, hugging him tight. Tears burn my eyes. He's here. I shouldn't be so happy my best friend is in this nightmare world with me, but I am. Sadie cries, You made it! I was scared I was here by myself and I'd never wake up. And then I started thinking about how this was probably a bad plan and there was no one here for me to complain to. Doc releases us, straightening his glasses. He glances over my shoulder. Hey, Travis. Yay, everyone's here, Travis says with fake cheer as he climbs to his feet. Enough of this happy reunion already. Really bad things are chasing us, remember? Loud clinking sounds echo around us. What's that? Doc asks fearfully. You don't want to know, says Sadie. We need to hide. Doc points to the door he just ran out of. In here. It leads outside. We race into the room. Travis slams the door behind us and locks it. I look around. We're not outside. We're in a large cave. The walls are embedded with gold stones that cast light around us. Doc says. This was not here before. Of course it wasn't, Travis mumbles. Nightmares suck. We walk farther into the cave on high alert for danger, which could come from anywhere. Shane, you said this place was scary, but I don't think I understood exactly how terrifying it would be, says Doc. Try waking up in a hospital bed in someone else's nightmare and seeing Shane standing over you looking like that. Travis gestures at me. That's terrifying. Rude, Doc says. What happened to your face? Travis touches his cheek. What are you talking about? Doc's eyes go wild, and he glances from me to Sadie. I give a little shake of my head. I don't think Travis can handle anything else right now. Nothing, Doc says with a weak smile. A cough rattles my body, hurting my chest. I inhale and exhale slowly. Breathing feels unnatural. Not sure how much time I have left. You okay? Sadie asks. I nod, avoiding her eyes. I don't remember this from any of my nightmares. I glance around the cave. It seems to go on forever. Hanging from the ceiling like icicles are jeweled stalactites that light up the cave with a rainbow of colors. On the ground are gold cone-shaped stalagmites about 3 feet tall that resemble sharp teeth. The walls are covered with hieroglyphics and colored paintings. Ancient art, Sadie says, wiping sweaty strands of her hair off her forehead. Egyptians used plants tied together for brushes, and they ground up different materials to make colors. This is amazing and so very creepy. I study the drawings of animals holding tools. I step closer to examine what looks like writing, though I don't recognize any letters. It's mostly strange symbols. It reminds me of the hieroglyphics I saw on the brim of the fountain and the back of the coin. Are those people? Travis points to the wall that is covered with stick-like figures. One is tall, but all the others are smaller, like they're kids. At the bottom of that wall, there are vivid flames. Rising out of the fire is a figure whose only discernible feature is a gold skull with red glowing eyes. My heart thumps hard in my chest as I gaze at the horror story around me. It's him, the king, I say, pointing at the wall. Maybe this is like the history of where he came from. We walk farther inside the cave. Along another wall is a drawing of a waterfall, but instead of water, coins rain down, filling a small pool. There's another drawing of the fountain, only it's larger and filled with piles of coins. On top of the coins, in the center of the fountain, the king sits on a throne. Around this image, the scrambled letters I saw on my computer is chiseled into the wall. I walk forward and trace them with trembling fingers. HOTRWYTRYWOHYOR HWTHOTWYR. Doc moves to stand next to me. He stares at the painting for a moment. Worthy. My head jerks to him. What? He gestures at the wall. It's the same 6 letters scrambled. WORTHY. My head falls forward, and I let out a pained groan. What's wrong? Sadie asks. There are so many things that happened that I saw and heard. I didn't understand before. Now I do. All the mind games, the scary visions. The king was playing me all along, taunting me with clues, things I didn't remember. So there is something wrong with you? Travis asks, not unkindly. I nod. Since the accident, this monster has been haunting me, stalking me. He said I was never supposed to wake up, and he's punishing me for breaking his rule, I guess. Travis runs a hand over his face. And all the stuff he said about being worthy and valuable? You saw him? Doc asks with wide eyes. Travis shudders. Yeah. Me too, says Sadie. I can't even explain it. I hate that he was in my head, says Travis. I remember the king mentioning something about Travis's dad. Does he push him too hard? Is that why he acts the way he does? I'm sorry I brought you into this, I say. He avoids my gaze, instead of focusing on the wall before us. You're not the only one dealing with things, you know. Who you are affects me. What? I don't know what he's talking about. Doc nervously glances around. Are we doing this now because you being the best player, you leading the team, you starting? Travis says to me, all that means I'm not, and that means something to people. He seems to mentally shake himself and turns to me, his emotions more in check. I'm just saying I know what it's like to wonder if you're good enough. You have someone, even if he's evil, telling you you're worthy. I have lots of people telling me that I'm not. Wow. I open my mouth, then close it. I'm not sure what to say to that. I've honestly never thought too deeply about why Travis was so mean to me. Maybe I should have. Maybe I should have called him on it more. Travis and I share a long glance. I have a little peek into what it's like to be him. It has to be hard when the people you care about the most support you the least. I guess you never know what someone else is dealing with. Things are not always like they seem. I continue to hold Travis's gaze, and instead of the anger and resentment that usually flows between us, there's understanding. Since we're picking the absolute worst time to share our feelings, Doc blurts out as he gestures at his body, the comments my parents make about my weight bother me. There, I said it out loud. I don't like feeling like I have to look a certain way to fit in with my family. And when we get back, I'm going to tell them that. As long as I'm healthy, that's all that matters. I love food. So what? I'm worthy just as I am. He stands up straighter, stomach out proudly. That's right. Sadie throws an arm around his shoulder and gives him a hug. You're amazing. Travis scratches the side of his head and sheepishly says, Sorry for making fun of your weight. Forgiven, says Doc. Just don't do it again. We turn to Sadie. This is our strange version of sharing is caring time. What about you? Asks Travis. Anything you want to reluctantly share? Her eyes widen and she backs away. Yeah, nope. I'm good. I think we need to focus on finding a way out of here. She quickly walks away and peers into the semi-darkness of the cave, clearly uncomfortable with the dramatic turn of our conversation. I'm over being chased, says Travis. What's our big move? We need to be on the offensive, not the defensive. He's right, but I still don't know how we fight back. I take an unsteady step forward and trip over a loose rock. My arms shoot out to prevent me from hitting the ground head first. The force of the fall jolts my body, causing me to cry out in pain. Sadie drops down to her knees beside me. Are you all right? With a groan, I struggle to sit up and stare at scrapes on my hands and arms. My skin shimmers. Dude, says Travis. Doc gasps. Sadie quickly wipes away the gold blood. It's okay. She glances at Doc and Travis. He's fine, she says, sternly daring them to say or think differently. They swallow hard and nod. We can lie a little while longer. Sadie helps me to my feet. Adrenaline was keeping me going before, but it's fading, leaving pain throughout my body. There has to be a way out of... Bam! We swing around to stare at the door. It rattles on its hinges. Bam! Bam! The metal bends inward as if someone is punching it. We have to move, I say desperately. That door is not going to hold much longer, and there's no way we can fight the coin kids and the rock monsters. We hurry farther into the cave, down what appears to be a small tunnel. It's also covered with hieroglyphics and paintings. We scramble around jagged rocks, squeezing through tight areas. Something hits the ground with a loud thud. The metal door! They broke through! Wide-eyed, we stare behind us. I see flickering red lights. The eyes of the volcanic creatures. Loud scratching and scurrying noises echo around us. Clink, clink, clink. The coin kids. We speed up, crawling through the cold, drafty cave. The gold stones shimmering from above, providing some light. But it's still difficult to see. I'm trying to move lightly, but I can't muffle the clinking noise of my bare feet. I'm making it too easy for them to track us. Doc helps me over a large boulder in the cave when I have trouble climbing over it. Up ahead there is a bright light. That way, cries Travis. After a few paces, I stop and bend over, my hands resting on my knees. The deeper we go into the cave, the more cramped it is, and the less air there seems to be. The walls are closing in on me. But it's more than that. My body feels tighter, as if it's a shell hardening. Little by little, it's changing every part of me internally. It's like I'm claustrophobic from the inside and shrinking. The human, flesh side of me is fading away. I exhale a raspy breath that leads to coughing. I cover my mouth, trying to smother the sound as gold mist seeps between my fingers. Wait, just stop for a minute, Sadie says, holding me steady. Shay needs to rest. We don't have time, I say. They're behind us. Suddenly the temperature in the cave drastically decreases. I get goosebumps. Does anyone feel that? Travis says, his voice low. Yes, Doc and Sadie whisper back. The air grows heavy around us. A creaking sound fills the cave, and dust rains down from the ceiling. Several of the stalactites plummet to the ground. Sadie pushes me out of the way before I'm hit. The rocks explode, and we cover our faces to avoid the flying debris. Another stalactite breaks off and hits the ground, narrowly missing us. Another one falls. Then another. Run! Oh my goodness gracious. Things are definitely getting chaotic in this nightmare world. Join me for the next chapter. We'll see what happens.